What's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Hearing that NBA insider Mike Stein is reporting that the Dallas Mavericks will eventually trade, Dennis Smith Jr. And can Dennis Smith Jr. help Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons out, this year. And it's your boy CJ Goodfella. If you don't know, Dennis Smith Jr. Second year guard. I think he went to NC State or something like that, Maryland, one of them colleges down that way. Explosive kid, scorer, shooter, pretty much, what today's prototypical combo guard is. Can jump out the gym, but is injury prone as they come. That's the problem. He had a wrist injury. He blew out his knee in high school or college or something like that. Knee was giving some issues last year, and now with Luka Doncic, which was one of my favorite players in the draft, I told people he wasn't your regular European player. You know what I'm saying? I could tell because he went like Darko Milicic, playing 16, 20 minutes a game. This dude was the league MVP over one of Euro's top basketball teams. Leagues, excuse me, and he can hoop. And I was wondering, could Dennis Smith Jr. been out pretty soon? I was asking some Dallas Maverick fans, could Dennis Smith Jr. be being moved? Because Luka Doncic is handling the ball. He's basically the point guard, you know what I'm saying? And Dennis Smith Jr. hasn't progressed. He's regressed because of injuries. But if he ever can get healthy, he's an all-star caliber potential guard. He's better than Reggie Jackson right now. Confident, can jump, can run, can shoot, can score. But, with, Doncic being the primary ball handler, he's really disposable over there. In Detroit he could help, but then again, you got to think about what you're giving up for Dennis Smith Jr. And then you got to talk about your star Blake Griffin's had chronic injury problems in the past, and now your current, guy Dennis Smith Jr. You gonna trade whatever and bring in a guy who injury prone. You trying to get rid of injury prone dudes like Reggie Jackson. They go with Blake Griffin. But if you believe you can nurse this dude up to health and he can ball out to his potential, I guess it would be worth the risk, because all the Pistons really can do is get high risk players, high reward players. Okay, because really, pretty much you ain't gonna be in the Anthony Davis sweepstakes. You know what I'm saying? John Wall, believe it or not, is a high risk, high reward player. He's old. $42 million start next year. Bradley Beal is a good guy, but he's going to be in demand, So, all these dudes I talk about, Markelle, I'll take him over Markelle Fultz, most definitely. But all these dudes I've been talking about, Markelle Fultz and Dion Waiters, are high risk, high reward dudes. And that's where the Pistons are at. The Piston asset pool I think the highest potential it is high risk, high reward players. I think the best fit for the Pistons, I did a video on him, is Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? That's who you want to get. You want to be able to get a Jaylen Brown. You pair him with a Dennis Smith Jr., with Blake Griffin. I like that pairing. You know what I'm saying? That's a really, really good pairing. You know what I'm saying? I like Jaylen Brown a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think he could be an all-star. Now, I was disappointed last year. He shot poorly in Game 7 Eastern Conference Final. Yeah, but he's young. He defends his position, and he can score, and he gets better year in and year out. Only year he can get better is this year, because it's a log jam at the 2 and 3 position. But the Mavericks are going to be asking a lot. They asked whatever the 4th or 5th pick, because they traded that pick to Dallas for Luke Doncic. I think they picked up Trae Young and traded for Doncic. They was asking for Jason Tatum just for that 4th or 5th pick last year. So they're going to be driving a hard bargain. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to try to run a checkup and see what they can get for him. You know what I'm saying? So he might be out of our reach. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He may be out of our reach. But that's not a bad thing, because I wouldn't want him. Honestly. Dennis Smith Jr. is just dealing with too many injuries. He's chronic, always injured. Chronic knee issues, wrist, head, ass, ankles. Too many injury issues right there. Anytime you're dealing with the knee and play as reckless he does above the rim, nah. And I'm not gonna overcompensate the Dallas Mavericks for Dennis Smith Jr. Now, if we can do a deal where, it works out for the Pistons, then yeah, I like the deal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mortgaging my future or mortgaging any of my assets for Dennis Smith Jr. He's a good grab, you know what I'm saying? But, fuck around and come to Detroit and tear his knee up again. The guy I'm really honing in on is Jaylen Brown, okay? Guard-wise, I have to continue to see who becomes available. They need a guard that can shoot and that can run the show. They need a point guard that can, or a wing guy, Bradley Beal or something like that. But Jaylen Brown should be their target. You know what I'm saying? That kid fits Detroit. He defends and he can score. If I'm Pistons, I'm going all in on Jaylen Brown. And then I try to swing probably a hybrid guard like Waiters or I need more of a point guard type of guy. You know what I'm saying? But Dennis Smith Jr., his potential his ceiling is high, but his floor can be super bust. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think about Dennis Smith Jr. coming to the Pistons. What would you give up for him? Motor City Sports Talk. We on Facebook, we on Twitter, we on Instagram. All the links in the description. Also, reach out to me in the email if you got a question, business inquiry, or sponsorship. And you want to make a donation. That link's in the description as well. So let me know what y'all think about the Pistons, and Dennis Smith Jr. Would that work or no? We gone.